In the remote wilderness, wolves roam silently through forests and mountains, rarely howling or barking unless absolutely necessary. But how do these creatures coordinate hunts, defend their territory, or warn their pack without uttering a sound? In this video, we'll uncover the fascinating secrets of wolf communication, beyond howls and growls, and explore how these intelligent animals use body language, scent, eye contact, and even the twitch of an ear to send messages. Welcome to the world of silent signals, the unseen language of the wild wolf. For wolves, survival depends on the pack. Unlike solitary predators, wolves are deeply social animals, relying on teamwork to hunt, raise young, and defend their territory. Every member, from the alpha to the pups, plays a role, and communication is what binds them together. When howling might give away their position or attract unwanted attention, wolves rely on more discreet ways to signal their intentions. It's not just about silence, it's about strategy. Wolves use a highly sophisticated combination of nonverbal cues to maintain unity during complex situations, like stalking prey or avoiding rival packs. Even in total silence, a flick of the tail or a head tilt can convey a full message. Think of it like an unspoken code, deeply ingrained, honed by evolution, and practiced from birth. Young wolves learn by watching adults. They observe how posture changes in tense moments, or how body positioning signals dominance or submission. This constant exchange of signals ensures order, prevents unnecessary conflict, and keeps the group functioning like a well-oiled machine. Wolves are not just smart, they're emotionally intelligent. They can sense tension, recognize hierarchy shifts, and react accordingly, all without a single growl. This silent communication is essential for survival, and it only gets more fascinating from here. In the world of wolves, posture speaks louder than sound. A simple stance can reveal a wolf's mood, rank, or intent. The alpha wolf, for example, carries itself with confidence, head high, tail erect, and gaze firm. Subordinates, on the other hand, lower their bodies, tuck their tails, and avoid direct eye contact. These movements aren't random, they're a social language, honed by instinct and repetition. When two wolves approach one another, their entire body becomes a message board. Raised hackles may warn of irritation or a potential threat. A slow, wagging tail can signal peaceful intentions or playfulness. Rolling onto the back shows complete submission and trust, often seen when pups greet older pack members. During hunts, wolves synchronize their movements with near-perfect precision. They don't bark orders, they read each other's stances. A slight lean to the left or pause in stride is enough to communicate a directional shift or moment to attack. Even facial expressions carry meaning. Flattened ears indicate fear or submission, while a wrinkled nose and bared teeth display aggression. Body language helps wolves avoid unnecessary fights, establish leadership, and strengthen bonds, all without making a sound. It's a language so subtle it often goes unnoticed by human observers, but to wolves it's loud and clear. This mastery of physical expression is just one part of their silent vocabulary. Next, we dive into how wolves use scent like a written message, an invisible network of information spread across the wild. While humans rely on speech and vision, wolves rely heavily on scent. Their noses are powerful tools, capable of detecting odors from miles away. But wolves don't just use their sense of smell to find food, they use it to send messages. Through a process known as scent marking, wolves create invisible signposts that broadcast everything from territory boundaries to pack identity. When a wolf urinates on a tree, rock, or bush, it's leaving a chemical message. This message tells other wolves, "We were here, this is our land, keep moving." But it doesn't stop there. A single scent mark can also reveal gender, reproductive status, and even emotional state. Scent marking is especially critical during mating season, when wolves must signal availability without drawing too much attention. Both males and females mark territory, but the alpha pair often leaves the most dominant scents. Wolves revisit and refresh these marks regularly, ensuring their boundaries are respected by rival packs. This system reduces the need for direct conflict, packs can sense each other's presence without ever meeting face to face. They can also identify familiar versus unfamiliar individuals by scent alone, which helps prevent intrusions or misunderstandings. And pups learn to recognize the scent of their pack from birth. It becomes their first sense of home. It's communication that lingers. Long after the wolf has moved on, the message remains. Scent is their silent signature, an olfactory broadcast across the wild. But even more mysterious is how wolves can speak with just a glance. Among wolves, eye contact is more than a glance. It's a loaded signal. A dominant wolf may fix its gaze on a subordinate to reinforce status. The subordinate will quickly look away, lower its body, or lick the other's muzzle as a sign of respect. This silent exchange helps maintain order without violence. No growling, no biting, just a look. In confrontational moments, locked eyes can escalate tension. A prolonged stare often precedes a physical challenge. But in playful settings, brief eye contact followed by bouncy body language invites fun and bonding. Even subtle facial cues, like raised eyebrows, a tightened snout, or a sideways glance, can shift pack dynamics. A lifted lip might be a warning, while a relaxed mouth with exposed teeth could simply be a friendly grin. It's this ability to read micro-expressions that allows wolves to coexist in tight, high-stakes social groups. They're constantly watching each other's faces, responding to shifts in tension or affection. Wolves even adjust their expressions depending on their audience, more expressive with familiar packmates, more guarded with outsiders. And just like humans, wolves use facial mirroring to build trust, matching each other's expressions during bonding moments. This level of silent emotional intelligence is rare in the animal kingdom. For wolves, eye contact isn't just about dominance or threat, it's also a bridge to connection. But perhaps the most touching and strategic form of silent communication lies in how wolves care for and guide their young. Wolves are among the most attentive and disciplined parents in the animal kingdom. But they rarely rely on sound when guiding their young. From birth, pups are immersed in the pack's silent language, learning through observation and imitation. When a pup misbehaves, a parent or elder won't bark. It might gently place a paw on the pup's back or give a firm nudge with its muzzle. These silent corrections are immediate and effective, reinforcing rules without creating panic or confusion. Through body posture and eye contact alone, adult wolves teach their young everything from boundaries to respect. During hunts, older wolves allow pups to observe silently from a distance, soaking in techniques before participating. When it's safe, pups are invited to join using subtle cues, like a tail flick or a quick nuzzle. Wolves also teach by leading example. Pups mimic their elders' every move, from stalking posture to scent marking. And when danger arises, one look or stance from a parent can send pups running for cover. There's no shouting in the wild, just swift, clear, and silent direction. This method of parenting fosters independence, emotional control, and obedience, all without a single sound. But wolves don't only communicate through sight and scent. They also possess a rarely understood ability to sense emotion and respond empathetically through nothing but presence. Wolves aren't just tactical communicators, they're emotionally intelligent beings. They sense distress, grief, and joy in each other, and they respond with remarkable empathy, often without a single sound. When a pack member is injured or grieving, others may gather around them in silence, offering physical closeness instead of noise. They may rest their heads on one another or nuzzle gently, subtle signs of support that strengthen bonds. Unlike many animals that flee from weakness, wolves protect their vulnerable members. This emotional depth plays a crucial role in maintaining pack cohesion, especially during hard times. After the death of a pack member, wolves have been observed withdrawing briefly, showing signs of mourning, walking slowly, ears low, and heads bowed. There are no howls of despair, just presence. Even in moments of joy, such as reunions after long hunts, wolves celebrate silently, through tail wags, body rubs, and excited pacing. Even in moments of joy, such as reunions after long hunts, wolves celebrate silently, through tail wags, body rubs, and excited pacing. It's why wolves are able to operate as a unified team, emotionally attuned, deeply bonded, and ever aware of one another's state of mind. Humans often assume that silence equals emptiness, but in the world of wolves, silence is full. It's a space for connection, for understanding, and for healing. As we near the end of our journey, let's recap the many ways wolves communicate without ever making a sound, and what we can learn from their example. From posture and scent to eye contact and empathy, wolves have mastered a form of communication that requires no voice. Every movement, every glance, every nudge tells a story. They remind us that sound is not the only path to understanding. In a world filled with noise, wolves live with precision and presence, speaking through trust, instinct, and quiet observation. Their silent language fosters unity, prevents chaos, and builds bonds that can last a lifetime. We often think intelligence comes from speaking, but wolves prove it also comes from listening, with eyes, with body, and with heart. Perhaps there's a lesson in that, for us, to be still more often, to observe before we speak, to recognize what's unsaid. Because sometimes the most powerful messages are the ones you never hear. Because sometimes the most powerful messages are the ones you never hear.